our next round. So after Grixis Death Shadow, we play against H Hook 725, and we actually see a Lurus again, and we hope it's gonna be Hammer. This is a solid hand. It has new mana dorks, it has a Elvis Archdruid, Finale, and Chord to get whatever you need in case it's Hammer. If it's Death Shadow, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And it's again a Grixis Death Shadow deck, or anything that's black-red at this point. We don't know what else it is. To be honest, at this point, I don't know if the opponent did the right thing by taking Finale of Devastation. I do believe that the Elvis Archdruid was a very strong card. But I guess he didn't know what Finale would represent. I could have played the elf there. I chose not to, because they also run Colligan's Command in this deck, and it's something that I could pitch. There you go. I could pitch that. As always, a very angry Elvis Mystic. Attacking. And now they have 5 cards in hand, we have nothing, and things start to look a little bit difficult for us. Our only hope is that the opponent is on 6. And then we get Realm Walker, a card I love. I prefer to use the ability of Devoted Druid to tap 2 mana in order to play War Master, because I didn't know about. I always want to see what's on the top of my deck before I crack my fetch land that I had Windswept Heath, in order to shuffle the deck again, because the top of the deck could be something very important. And that's how one Realm Walker, goodbye Realm Walker, can actually turn the game to your favor. And doing math, he's dead. It's pretty easy, you just have to pump, untap with Curian. There you go. He only has 2 blockers, he's on 5, 6 damage goes through. So we go on into our game number 2 against Grixis Death Shadow. So once again, sorry, this is something that I'm actually gonna add at the end of the video, because I realized that I forgot to mention every single time how I sideboard against all those decks. We're talking about Grixis Death Shadow, which means that a second Grist comes in, Endurances come in, Rest of Peace comes in, Mark of Asylum comes in. That's usually what I do. I cut out the Vizier combo, meaning that I'm removing one Devoted Druid as well as the Vizier. I think it's if somebody thinks that they can combo against them, they're hallucinating. I also cut down on Chords of Calling and Finale of Devastation. I remove Finale of Devastation completely because I also play Rest in Peace. Depending on how I feel, I might leave one Chord of Calling, otherwise I'm removing all 3 of them. I'm cutting down on one Ezuri. I know, it sounds weird, but it works. And I'm removing one Heritage Druid usually. Ragavan. As I've said before, I hate leaving Ragavan connect. So if I can block, I will always block. Always you have to have a second land in hand. As you see here again, he didn't play a second land, which means he has a handful of value, of fuel, let's say, but he doesn't have the lands to cast everything he wants. So from now on, I realize that killing Ragavan by blocking it is a necessity. That's why I played 2 Curian Rangers, to increase my chances of actually being able to block it. The moment he plays another Ragavan and Thoughtseize, I'm happy. And the deck is nice to us. Now we have blockers for days for Ragavan. I should have attacked with that Curion there. And I think he should have killed the War Master instead of the Llanowar Elf. Oh, sorry, let's stop here. So the previous round, when he played Lightning Bolt, he killed our Llanowar Elf. To my belief, that was a wrong move. Elvish War Master is a problem for him because I can block him all the I can block him all the time. He should have gone either for Elvish War Master or not Curion, actually Elvish War Master. There was no other right choice there. Because right now he has one land, it's turn 4, he can do nothing, and I can do everything. I can block him, I can attack, I can do anything I want. And that's when he concedes. I guess he didn't draw the second land that he actually needed. And he realized that he was so far behind in this matchup that he couldn't come back. And so we move on to round 7.